I take it on myself. I know I need some help. The voices in my head question the
Music for me is like just the most important thing in my life.
I don't miss my face.
I remember when I was back at school and I'd like run back home after. I'd just sit there for hours, like just looking at music videos on YouTube. If I wasn't doing that, then I was playing guitar or trying to learn something. It just literally just dictated my whole life growing up. Because I always liked singing, I think my dad suggested that I go busking because someone that I knew had just done it. And he said that anything that I make, he would double. Because I think I literally just wanted something like a Domino's or something, and he didn't want to pay for it. So he said, go out and earn it yourself. So I did, went down to the town, and yeah, I just sat up there for about 3 hours, played the same song on repeat. I think it was Free Fallin' by Tom Petty.
Doesn't look as nice as it did 10 years ago, but this is the first place I ever went busking. I remember my dad literally picking me up here 3 hours later and me sitting there counting all the money, being like, I think I've made £20, I think I've made £20, and being so excited about it. And then when I got home, I'd actually made a little bit more than I thought I had. Yeah, my dad doubled it, and I used that money to then buy my first amp, my first mic, and then I came back down to this exact spot every single Saturday and learn a new song that someone asked me to play.
When I first started busking, I had a really crappy acoustic guitar that I think was about, well, like 40 quid or something. I'd been busking for maybe 6 months at this point, and I really just felt like I needed like a good guitar to do it. And I've literally played with the same guitar ever since. So it's this one here. It's a Faith Neptune. And you can see how old it is because it's literally wearing apart so bad. I think literally the week that I got it as well, I fell off the chair that I was sitting on and it literally smashed at the back, but I never got it repaired. There are so many times when you're like busking the street that really make an impact on people, because someone will literally come up to you and say, I can't believe you just played that song. That song was played at my mum's funeral last week, and it's like really touched them, and it just makes such a difference to your mood, and because you know that you're helping people when doing what you're doing, and I guess that's the whole point of it really. You're just trying to help people or help people escape, like I did with myself with other musicians. The amount of people that message me on Instagram that have just said, oh, you've really brightened up my day, or just people in general. If you're just walking around with your busking equipment, people will just start random conversations with you. So yeah, I think people love buskers. As well as having a lot of pros, there's a lot of cons of being a busker as well. One of the struggles is obviously the weather. You've then also got to carry all your equipment on the train, which is obviously really difficult, especially when you're on the tube, because you've got to like use the lifts, or you've got to get onto a really packed train, and it's just an absolute nightmare. When I'm playing a gig and I've got to bring my own equipment to the gig, then there is just no way I can get the train. I have to drive there because, as you can see in the back, how busy my car is because of the amount of equipment I've got to take. It's double that when I've got to play a gig, because I've got like massive speakers, a full PA system. So the idea of getting that on the train, there's just no way. I've done it a couple of times when I've had to go into central London and I've had to take like a massive trolley with me in order to actually carry it. But I remember getting halfway there to the gig and the wheels actually split because my speakers were so heavy. You can definitely make enough money to live. It's like my daily income. It's allowed me to meet people where I've got like my music on adverts and stuff like that, and I get royalties from that. It can be really sustainable if you're consistent with it. I would highly recommend anyone, if they ever thinking about wanting to further themselves as a musician, definitely try and go out busking. It's a lot easier than it looks. And really the only big issue is the initial fear. Once you go and do it, it becomes easy. You don't get nervous about things anymore. I don't even get nervous about gigs anymore because I'm performing in front of people all the time. So it's just great to grow your confidence.
in that side of the wall.